Come out! Hurry, there's still time! Come on, they can't have gone far! Come on, there's still time! After them!
Welcome to Huntingdon, my first guests.
We are honored, Sir Guy.
As I am by your presence. Lady Marian, I've been most impatient to see you again. As indeed I am for us to be wed.
My lord.
I've sent for the Bishop of Durham, who will perform the ceremony.
Have you decided when the marriage shall take place?
Well, that is Lady Marian's privilege, Sir Kenneth. But I would suggest we hold the ceremony in the chapel here.
Splendid notion.
The thought does not please you. You're nervous, perhaps?
Tired from the journey.
Oh, but of course, your quarters are prepared. But first, a cup of wine. And, as it's a family celebration, for Sir Kenneth, ale.
That's very good of you.
Your health.
Yours. It's a fine manner. This estate was an unexpected wedding gift.
Yes, I am most grateful to King Richard. No. We are most grateful to King Richard. A coward's desertion has been our gain.
Any word of Huntingdon?
If he dares show his face again, he'll pay with his life. Oh, but come, enough. We have more pleasant subjects to discuss to our forthcoming marriage.
Your marriage?
And now, if you'll excuse me for one moment, I have a little surprise for you.
I won't be married here.
Why not?
Sir Guy is mocking me. A wedding here at Huntingdon. It's a cruel joke.
Marian, I warn you, forget young Huntingdon. He has been branded an outlaw by King Richard, which means he travels only one road, to the gallows.
Leave us. Our new coat of arms for your approval. The black annulets of Gisborne impaled with the Neston's chevrons.
Excellent. Saxon and Norman. I have dreamed of such a union.
Who knows? We may soon be incorporating part of the Huntingdon crest.
You would assume the title?
Sooner than you think, perhaps.
But the king has just left the country. Only he can bestow the title.
But if he should fall in battle and we have a new king?
The death of King Richard would be a high price to pay for such a small advantage.
Come, Sir Kenneth. I do not wish the death of King Richard.
King Richard!
King Richard.
It appears the good friar has had one of his small refreshments.
Whew. It'll take a few Madonna's thimbles to redeem his wits.
Stand back! Don't touch me, you scurvy mongrels! I'm a man of God!
Well, then at least put up your sword in your left hand. Have no fear, it's only us.
You, Huntingdon. What in heaven's name are you doing prowling around these parts?
The forest is our home now.
What about the home I helped to refurnish?
I am banished.
Banished? But you're supposed to be on the Crusades as the King's squire.
I'm no longer recognized by any title.
But you only just became the Earl of Huntingdon.
And just as quickly lost the nobility.
Am I going mad? I must have drunk some poisoned water.
Robin, we must get deeper into the forest.
Why, who are you running from?
3 of the sheriff's men were chasing us on horseback. We left them stranded in a bog.
There's a price on my head.
In that case, you'll need a proper shelter. Follow me.
Well, welcome to my humble abode.
It's perfect.
Yes. I came upon these caves by accident some years ago. A rather welcome sanctuary from the abbot when he was in one of his viler moods.
You realize the risk you're running?
I won't always be here. Sometimes I prefer solitude. You'll have to lay in your own supplies.
What's this, friar? Sacramental wine?
I fear the abbot was not the only thief. Forgive me, I took the liberty of removing those from your cellar at the manor.
Oh, well, it'll be less for Gisborne to throw down his gullet.
Yes?
What are you doing here?
I often come in these woods to meditate. Would you care to join me in prayer?
Have 3 men passed this way lately?
No. Why?
They're outlaws. The penalty for aiding them is death.
Be assured, my good fellow, I crave a natural end. You see before you one of God's timid creatures. But if I should see these miscreants, whom should I tell?
The Sheriff of Nottingham. You'll be well rewarded.
Peace to roam the forest unharmed will be reward enough.
On your feet.
Why?
One of God's timid creatures with a sword.
A chopping wood man! And as blunt as my backside at that, see?
Search the clearing!
Stop him!
Why?
Unless you want to see him die.
What are you talking about?
Vipers! That crevice is alive with them! I was bitten myself once. Look, do you see? Fortunately, I had physic with me, but it's all gone now. Their bite is always fatal.
Come on!
I must congratulate Your Highness. The results are good.
Not good enough. I understand the work is hampered by lack of labor. Find some more men for me. I don't care how you recruit them.
We must tread warily. The Chancellor has spies everywhere.
It isn't Longchamp I'm worried about. It's my meddlesome mother.
But surely she is in France.
As soon as she gets bored, she'll be back in England. On the prowl. Prying.
Why should the Queen be interested in what goes on in your provincial domain?
You don't know that woman as I do, Nottingham. She knows when a blade of grass stirs.
If your highness will forgive me, you must learn to take a tough line with her.
I will.
For the future. You must not forget, your friends are multiplying.
I'm aware of it. But I want this exploited and cleaned out as quickly as possible. Save for a hole in the ground, you understand?
My lord.
What is it, Alaric? Can't it wait?
Your pardon. But there's something I think you'd wish to know at once.
I know you employ scum, Nottingham, but do they have to smell of it?
We were chasing 3 Saxons. They tricked us. One of them was Huntingdon.
What? Are you positive?
Yes. I saw him clearly.
Well, now, there's a challenge for you.
We shall quarry him. Have no doubt.
I'd like a word with him before you wring his neck. I want to hear from his own lips about his blatant disloyalty to Richard. Privately, I'm married.
That'll do. It's the deer we want. You should know better than to come poaching this side of the river. Let this be a lesson. Off.
Right.
As for you, you bloodthirsty weasel, save your knife for the Normans.
In the forest near here, you say?
With other ruffians.
The dog. He has a nerve turning up in these lands.
He is a danger to us, too, because of the abbot's confession.
He can't prove who was behind the plot to kill the king. The abbot did not mention us in his confession.
Nevertheless, he must be caught swiftly and put to death.
Damn those monks letting him escape.
We can kill him now.
It won't be easy. As plain Robin Hood, he had plenty of experience of forest living.
Well, that's your job. Alaric and a troop will remain here to help you.
Killing him will be my personal pleasure.
They jumped on us. We didn't stand a chance.
Oh, no. Of course you didn't. There were too many of them to defend ourselves.
Yeah, and one of them a real swine. Well, he would have killed me if it hadn't been for their leader.
He was a great giant of a man.
John Little.
Better known as Little John.
A fellow to steer clear of.
Who is this John Little?
Little John? He used to work at Nottingham Castle. The fellow in charge of him was a real pig. Well, one day, little John lost his temper and threw him over the battlements. But first, he smashed his head in with a hammer. As Tuck says, best avoid him in his territory.
What does he consider as his territory?
Well, he and his band occupy a large stretch of Sherwood, which they claim as their own. And woe betide anyone that strays over there.
Thieves who fall on thieves. Not an ounce of honor.
Well, they make no distinction between us or the sheriff's men.
Well, perhaps it's time they learned to.
Little John.
My thanks to you, friend. But they're too far apart.
Who says?
A human being of normal size. Not a giant.
The size may be normal, but by God, their mouth's too big.
I've come to warn you, John Little. If any one of your men ever set upon mine again, we shall take our revenge.
You can take your revenge now. Or are you like a lizard that disappears as quickly as its tongue?
I'm unarmed.
I enjoyed every minute of it. For a fancy earl, you have a strong arm.
Thank you, Little John. But I'm an outlaw, just like you.
So I've heard. Robin Hood. Outlawed by King Richard himself.
We've only been in the neighborhood a few days. How do you get news so fast?
We have our ways.
Gentlemen!
You're recognized by Alaric, the sheriff's man. Nottingham has given orders you're to be hunted down. He's raised the price on your head.
I wager Gisborne will be taking part. With pleasure.
You mean the knight who sits at your place?
The manor of Huntingdon is fast accruing a checkered history.
There's a wedding to come.
Gisborne's?
Yes. To a pretty little thing. She and her uncle are guests at the manor.
I must go to Huntingdon. I must see her.
You'd never get near.
There may be a way.
You mean you can tell me where he is?
I know where he'll be just after dawn tomorrow.
Then out with it, man. There's a matter of the price. Don't worry. You'll be well rewarded.
That's far enough. Well, we really hadn't expected to clap eyes on you so soon. You saved us an awful amount of trouble.
How did you know I was coming?
Well, the Saxon doesn't really have no breeding, but he's a fool into the bargain.
Does the Lady Marian know I'm here?
Lady Marian does not concern herself with common outlaws. And besides, I wouldn't want to spoil her happiness.
You mean she's happy to marry a barbarous oaf like you?
Leave him, Alaric.
I've a debt to settle. I'll be glad to finish it now.
Leave him! Alaric, you must be patient. The rope will quieten him soon enough.
A public hanging?
Or for you, a tree in the forest, more likely.
Yes, it would have to be, wouldn't it? Otherwise I might shout too loudly of your treachery.
Oh, no, Huntingdon. And I flatter you with the title as one might flatter a dog. You're the traitor. You turned your back on the king, remember?
I'd ask yourself why the king didn't get a monk's dagger in his back.
Guard him closely.
You look very somber.
Well, I find this place far from cheerful. A few more soldiers and I should think we were in a fortress.
Nonsense. The guy just wants to impress us, that's all.
Why don't you get him to take you hunting?
I saw him ride off an hour ago.
Or would you care to join me in some sport?
Oh, no, I prefer to remain here.
This peregrine hawk's from Iceland. She picks off her prey with perfection.
I'm glad you brought some cool water. Well, it's like an oven in here.
Will there be anything else, my lady?
No, I think my uncle is satisfied. Didn't I see you take food to the tower this morning?
Yes, my lady.
To a prisoner?
Yes.
Who's being held there?
It's on my life's worth to tell you that, my lady.
I'll keep your secret, I promise.
Sir Guy and his men caught him at the gateway early this morning.
Who?
They say he's the young Earl of Huntingdon, my lady.
What will they do with him?
Well, Sir Guy's gone to see the Sheriff of Nottingham. They say they'll hang him when he returns.
Thank you.
What brought him here?
He has every reason to hate Sir Guy.
He could have come to see you.
See me?
It's possible. If so, he's a fool. Don't you be tempted.
What do you mean?
Don't try and see him.
How could I, even if I wanted to? The servant girl let me come in her place.
I thought my signal had failed.
I thought I'd never see you again.
You put yourself in danger.
What does that matter?
I was betrayed.
Why did you disappear when the king was leaving for the crusade?
I was being held prisoner. I discovered a plot against the king's life. I escaped in time to warn him at Dover.
I endured such misery because of your desertion of the king.
You believe I turned coward?
No,
My love for you was not wavered.
my lord.
Look, you must try and get a message to a Will Scarlet. I think I know who can deliver it.
Straight into our laps. I'm holding him at Huntingdon. No one need know.
Excellent. I shall sign the warrant. Fortunately, Prince John has gone to look at his precious hoard. I shall tell him about the Earl after he's been executed.
He's been gone for hours. Something's gone wrong.
We'll give him till morning. If he's not back by then...
It's the miller's boy.
Much! What is it?
I was told to give you a message.
From Robin?
From the Lady Marian.
Right. Leave your sword. Up here. Up here. Over there. Now face the wall. Face it! Now lock you both in.
My lord.
Don't start screaming too soon.
Right.
Seize the cart!
Quick, Robin, jump!
Seize the cart!
Come on!
Come on, Matt!
Come on, let's go.
Come on! Get up there! Come on!
You cretin. You bungling cretin. How could he escape? How could he escape from the tower?
He grabbed the wench, sire. He had a dagger.
He had a dagger. Perhaps you can explain how he came to have a dagger.
I don't know. He was fully searched.
Every man, I want him. I want him found.
It must have been Little John. Only he could have informed on me.
But why should Little John betray you?
He knew there was a price upon my head. He knew it had been raised. He told me so himself. He was smiling when he said it.
Well, never trust anyone when there's a price in your head.
Brett? Where's Little John's hiding place?
He usually hides out in a ruined village about 5 miles from here.
Right, let's go.
Robin, is this wise? They'll be out looking for you in force.
I'd best lie low for a while.
We'll lie low later. After I've settled this matter with friend John.
How much further now, Sebastian?
That way, sire. Not much further.
Prince John. What's he doing round here?
We've met his moonstruck friend before.
Aye.
Who is he?
He's from Cornwall. Will and I waylaid him once.
Crack brain. His saddlebags were full of stone.
Strange companion for a prince. So that's the king's shifty little brother.
I wouldn't underestimate Prince John.
It's bad enough dodging soldiers without you startling us.
Why wouldn't I startle you? By now you thought they'd have my neck.
What's this gibberish?
How much do they pay you?
Pay me?
I was warned of your greed.
Take care or I'll lose my good humor.
Drop that knife! Come outside and I'll hand you a sword. We'll see how good you are with that.
You want another drubbing, do you?
Do as I say, little John. And tell your rabble to stay in here. They're easy pickings for my men.
Very skillful. But before either of us bleed, you better know the truth. Yes, you were betrayed.
You admit it?
Aye. And it's our disgrace. We're one man less today. Roland went out last night. His body was found in the river this morning. I speak the truth.
Father, comfort me.
What troubles you, my child?
I know that I must marry Sir Guy, but my heart is full of guilt.
Guilt? You? What is it you wish to confess?
My thoughts are given to another.
You love someone else?
I know I should try to banish him from my mind, but I have failed.
But you have tried.
Yes. I need your help to forget him, Father.
Does your uncle know of this?
He suspects, but he wants me to be wed.
I know something of Sir Kenneth's mind in this matter of bringing Normans and Saxons together. He's a good man, but not always wise. I think that all concerned in this would benefit from a little more time.
But how can that be? The wedding is decided. The king has given his permission.
If you were to make a vow not to wed until the king has taken Jerusalem, I am sure his majesty would not object. Indeed, I am sure that such a vow would please him. Pray with me.
You did well to leave.
So the lass helped you get away?
Yes, it seems we're fated to be apart.
Well, it's better that than 6 feet of earth between you.
What is it, Will?
I don't understand it. Not long ago, this village was standing. I remember most of the folk were basket weavers. What happened?
It was burned down, like several other villages that took the plague.
Plague? What plague? There's been no contagion round here.
Oh.
Well, there's plague near York, but nothing near here.
And then what befell the people?
It was empty when we found it. Apart from one mad woman who bolted when she saw us.
This woman? Where is she now?
She lives in a cave. None of us went near her for fear of the sickness.
Peace.
Peace. Don't be afraid. I won't harm you. I only want to talk.
What is your name? Look. I brought you some fresh meat. I've just come from the village. Little John and his men think you have the plague, but I know better. Yes. How long is it since you've spoken to anyone? Your village. It was burned. Why and by whom? There are no graves, so where are your villagers? Won't you tell me? I assure you she is perfectly hale in body and mind. And she has suffered a lot. Tell them.
The village was burned down by the soldiers.
Whose soldiers?
I think they were from the sheriff. Their leader wore his crest.
See about my build? Red beard, sharp face?
Aye, that's him.
Alaric, the sheriff's man.
An animal. He herded folk with a whip.
What became of them?
I hid in the woods. They led away the men women and children towards the west. I don't know why.
No, but where did they take them?
I heard a soldier mention some place called Argentum.
It's the old Roman settlement. Half a day's journey from here.
It's a mine of some sort.
That's why the villagers were burned. Slave labor.
Argentum. The Roman word for silver. Prince John and his weird friend have found a secret treasure chest in the earth.
They work the women as well.
What are we going to do?
Free them.
Let's go and deal with Prince John.
Leave your sword, Your Highness. Your men are taken care of.
What do you want, Huntingdon?
To give you a warning.
A warning?
To which you do well to pay heed.
That's more like a threat.
The people that work here are now free, without reprisal.
So, now we take our orders from an outlaw?
And would you rather have me inform your activities to the Chancellor?
I control these lands by order of the king. I do what I please.
Except for the order he made about minerals. All such wealth to go towards the crusade.
I seem to remember you forgot to go.
How much silver have you mined? I don't doubt you have a record. How much?
30 bars.
30 pieces of silver. That is appropriate.
Why should it concern you?
My concern is over the treatment of these people.
They're housed and fed in a new village.
Whipped and bullied.
The people who work here are not my responsibility!
They should have been your responsibility.
Silver stored in a cellar.
Take only enough to rebuild the villages that were burned. The rest is for Richard.
I'll have you hounded night and day, Huntingdon. The forest won't protect you. And when they find you... I'll watch you hang.